Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Capricorn for the end of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you here as we take a look at the final portion of the month of September. So the timeline on this reading will be from September 22nd all the way until October 6th. The reason I chose October 6th is that is the full moon in Aries. So let's go ahead and let's get all the cards out here. Let's get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. There's a choice in love for some of you that is on the table here. There's a choice in money as well for others. These two things might be happening at the same time as well. Yeah, we've got 222 here. It's actually my favorite number, angel number, 222. For me, 222 means that you are on the right path. Okay, and yeah, let's go ahead and see if that's looking good. That's looking good enough to me. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Energy on the bottom. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles, as you see here, this could really mean any earth sign, but it's very much a Capricornian energy, okay? Because the Knight of Pentacles says that with hard work comes results, okay? And this is a card that signifies hard work in the tarot, okay? And so some of you really have been doing a lot of legwork, putting a lot of work in to get a result. This also signifies generally, if you take the hard work part out, that results could be coming in for you, okay? Usually this is of a financial nature, as you do have pentacles here attached to this result, attached to this card, sorry. So usually the result is connected to finances in some way, but I do think that there could even be some type of event that's going on here. Knights could represent like important events as well that happen in your life in the tarot, but why don't we go ahead and get some more details on what this might be around for you here, Capricorn. So right away, I mean, as soon as I saw the cards come out, I saw the 222 there with 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. And that really stood out to me. It's also super interesting here that the 2 of Swords is in the middle, okay? So there are immediately like 2 camps of people in this reading. There's maybe also a third camp that is in both camps, okay? Does that make sense? So you can either be in one of the 2 camps or in both, okay? Is what I'm feeling is the vibe of this reading. And the first camp of people is that you have a very important choice to make in your relationship, okay? And this is a very deep bond. This is a very deep soul union or connection that you have to another person. And there's a decision that needs to be made. We'll talk about that more and try to get some more details on what that looks like for you, okay? The other camp is with this 2 of Pentacles, okay? And this represents financial changes that may be happening. Now, change can imply many things, right? So when you look at the 2 of Pentacles, this could be a positive change in your financial situation. This could be a loss as well. It depends on what is around it. We'll try to identify what camp this is in, what kind of like timeline that's going down for the 2 of Pentacles. And finally, let's get to this one in the middle here, which is the 2 of Swords. And isn't it interesting that this is in the middle? The 2 of Swords can represent being in the middle of something. Okay? Now this could find you being in a dispute between 2 people. More importantly, though, the 2 of Swords represents a difficult choice to make in the tarot. And that maybe some part of you is having a hard time seeing, you see the blindfold here, the right solution or the right outcome when looking at this choice. All right, so let's get to the first column. You have the 2 of Pentacles, you have the Tower, and you also have the Death card. So Two of Pentacles, Tower, and the Death card here. I'm trying to decide on how the Knight of Pentacles is fitting into this reading, but it could more broadly, Capricorn, be referring to you in this case, okay? Because there is something around a result here that is showing up in that Knight of Pentacles. But right now, what I'm seeing is choices, decisions that are being made. So maybe this Knight of Pentacles is more about you, okay? And you also may be, at this time, focused on the end result when right in front of you there's something that needs to be addressed. That could also be the case. I am a fan of focusing on the end result, and I think it's a good way of kind of like fighting through procrastination, by the way, but I'm not going to get on a tangent there. But anyway, so with the Two of Pentacles and the Tower and the Death card, really, but Two of Pentacles, Tower is, for me, this can be a shock in the financial situations of your financial scenarios in your life. It really can be. Okay. Now, Tower, it implies shock. It implies surprise. It implies something that you don't see coming. So could this mean that, like, wow, I didn't see this, inheritance coming in, or wow, I didn't see this raise that I was getting? Yeah, it could. And I'm not entirely convinced that this is a downturn or a loss in the tarot. What is for sure happening, this is why we need to go through and clarify. I always, about at the midway point of this reading, I always go through and clarify with more cards so that we can get some details, in particular on this Two of Pentacles. Now, what is for sure is the Death card with the Two of Pentacles signifies deep change in your financial situation, okay? And again, this is not immediately a bad thing. Okay, this is not immediately a bad thing. Particularly, maybe that's why the Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom, and maybe that is why that is how this Knight of Pentacles is fitting into the reading, because again, that can indicate financial results. So maybe that's why the Knight of Pentacles is here, right? We'll have to discover more as we go along. But one thing that I am confident about as the reader here is that some of you are going to be in a different financial position here in the future. Okay, if this is your reading. And just remember that this reading is dropping right around the final eclipse of the year. Okay, the final eclipse of the year. So the 21st is the new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo. And I've been noticing that these readings are extremely deep. Okay, some of the more challenging readings I've done in a while are coming in this series, and it's because we're hitting that final eclipse of the year right as this reading is dropping, okay? So this stretch of time between, let's call it the 22nd, or let's just call it when this reading drops, to the 6th of October, when the full moon in Aries is happening, is crucial for people, okay, right now. So I would expect some transformations and changes here that may even come with a little bit of a surprise element for you during this time, Capricorn, particularly if you're here and you're not watching for love. That's what the cards are saying so far. In the middle, you have the Queen of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Now, the Queen of Wands is somebody who is, I like to see the Queen of Wands because this is somebody who's very confident and bold in themselves. They carry themselves with a lot of confidence and courage. And also, the Queen of Wands is very much capable of handling a heavy load, right? So this is somebody who, if they have a heavy burden or they have a heavy workload, right? A lot of tasks on their plates, they're capable of making sure everything is delegated and worked through and processed. So the Queen of Wands, I think in this case, is very good because you may be busy at this time. Now, for the people who are here for love, remember there are two camps or even a third one where you're dealing with these things both at the same time. If you're here for love, the Queen of Wands would suggest that with this Two of Cups and the Two of Swords, some of you are caught in a situation where you have to make a decision about somebody who has the Queen of Wands, attributes about them. In romance, and remember, it doesn't matter what gender they are, okay? These are just masculine and feminine energies, okay? So when you look at the queen, the king, the page, the knight. These are just energies, okay? So just keep that in mind. When you look at the Queen of Wands, this is somebody who's the life of the party. This is somebody who's adventurous, you know, as an aspect of a person. This is somebody who will make you laugh. They are confident. Do they maybe get around a little bit? Yeah, possibly. You know, any of the fire signs might have that attribute about them when it comes to love, when it comes to maybe the dark side of the the wands court cards. And it's possible here that there are some decisions that need to be made with the Two of Cups. Now, this Two of Cups, this is a very deep union, okay, between you and this person. This is somebody that you feel a strong connection to. It's possible that they are, one of the two of you are a little bit bored, okay? Queen of Wands always wants something new, okay? So you or the other person might be a little bit bored. They always want something new going on. I do think that you feel a spark, or they feel a spark with you, okay, in this connection. I think that there's a bit of a flame, so to speak, that's happening here, that you want to keep the fire going, okay? And it's possible that they want to as well. And actually, the final column here is a mixed bag as well. So why don't we get into it? You have the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Ten of Cups. So I was looking at this. Let's stick to the love timeline here, the love camp that is watching this, Capricorn. On one hand, you have the Eight of Cups here, which would represent walking away from a situation, you know, in pursuit of something else. You know, leaving the empty and spilled cups of the past behind. On the other hand, you have happily ever after with the Eight of Cups. I think you're conflicted, Capricorn. I think you're conflicted, or one or the other person's conflicted. That's what I think is happening here. Do I stay? Do I go? Two of Swords, conflicted energy, caught in a challenging situation, needing to make a tough choice. Okay? If you're bored, if you're resonating with this idea of being bored and wanting to experience something new in life or in relationships, the Eight of Cups might apply to you. If not, some of you see a long-term timeline with this person, Ten of Cups. You see the Ten of Cups card. This is a windfall of happiness, total happiness in the tarot. You see the young family here in the front of the card. In the background, they own the home behind them. It's a perfect day, right? The Ten of Cups represents, you know, everybody's experienced that perfect day in life, you know? That's what the Ten of Cups represents in a certain way, or just total happiness that could be arriving in your life. At the same time, with all of this, the Hermit would suggest a solo energy. So do you see what I'm saying here? This is a reading where basically every part of this reading represents someone who is potentially conflicted at this time, because the Hermit may be more of a solo, single energy, somebody who's more interested in acquiring wisdom than merging with another person. Two of Cups merging with another person. Can you acquire wisdom by merging with another person? You can. But the Hermit would suggest somebody who's sort of in hiding or in isolation, purposefully, right? Like willingly. This is what they want to do. They want space. They want alone time. Let's move into the clarifications portion, and I'll get more messages for the financial camp here as well as we go along. But yeah, let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards, and then I will also move into tarot cards for you here, Capricorn. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're going to take these two as well. Perfect. Energy on the bottom, you have power. Okay, amazing. More of that Leo energy here. This is the strength card, having the courage and the confidence, and being bold and courageous in the pursuit of dealing with any sort of challenge or difficulty that's in front of you. Okay, so this power card, or this Leo strength energy, is very similar to this Queen of Wands. So if one piece of guidance here is that this is a time for you to be bold and courageous in your actions, Capricorn. Now, the first two cards that popped out are telling for sure. You have the base or the root chakra here, and then you also have movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, this is the Two of Pentacles. Sorry, this is the Yes, yes, this is the Two of Pentacles in this Oracle deck. Okay, so we see this theme coming in again. And now the base or the root chakra refers to that root level needs. If you know about like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's your food, shelter, water. Okay, it's your security as well. So for the people in the financial camp, maybe you're wanting to take a risk, but there's something about your security here that you are not wanting to mess up, which is completely justifiable and makes sense. You have, once again, the Tower, okay, disruption, as well as emotional withdrawal, the Eight of Cups actually as well. So we have so many repeating messages here. We then finally have the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So memories of love and fulfillment of wishes showing up here. You know, you're in this difficult choice because it's, you have this difficult choice because you have, especially for the people here in looking for messages around romance, like you have a lot of memories with this person, you have a lot of good times with this. This is quite literally not easy. You have potentially already merged with this person, and now you're like, okay, you're wanting some freedom or you're wanting something here. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's move into the tarot clarifications for you here, Capricorn. Now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I do hope things are going well for you, Capricorn. Go ahead and split the deck here, and then we'll get right into this reading. Okay, you have the World, the Lovers, wow, and the Death card, clarifying the Death card. Jeez. Okay. So you have some of these cards that people are afraid of. Friendly reminder, the Death card is not to be taken, the word is not to be taken literally. Death as in a rebirth. Death as in a transformation of oneself. I love the illustration of this Death card here in this, it's called Astro Matrix Oracle. This is Kali Ma. Kali Ma is the destroyer of fear. The Hindu goddess that represents, this is the destroyer of fear. Okay? And when we're in the middle of major changes in life, when we're in the middle of embracing transformations, you have to destroy fear. You have to be able to handle the fear that is in front of you and recognize it and work through it and process it. So many people allow fear to prevent them from accelerating, spiritually or just in their life or in their journey. And I'm now seeing a picture here for the people in the financial areas of this reading. Remember I said at the beginning, if you're still with me, I'm not sure if this is up or down, and now I think I know. Some of you want to take a risk. Okay, you want to take a risk. And there's a level of security that you've come accustomed to that you don't want to interrupt. And that makes sense. That makes sense. So you are weighing risk and reward right now. I see. The World is a completion of a cycle. So if you've undergone, like over the past year, because remember, eclipse times play out, eclipses are cyclical, right? So they play out over a larger time horizon. Perhaps last year at this time, between last year at this time and now, you have undergone like transformation after transformation when it comes to money and finance. Maybe you've seen upswings and downswings. And with the World, this would suggest that there's potentially something that's coming to a close here. Okay? As well. So I think for even within the financial camp that's watching this here, I think some of you are like eyeing risk reward. I think also some of you are just done with this constant transformation of up and down, upswing, downswing. Okay, the Lovers also represents an important choice. The Two of Swords, a difficult choice to make. The Lovers, an important choice. You have Justice. You have the Hermit again. And the Eight of Swords. People here for relationships with the Two of Cups and the Lovers, and now the Tower. The Tower, and now the Eight of Swords. There's something that's not quite there. There's something that's not quite there. The Eight of Swords is this feeling of just being suffocated, right? Trapped. You see it there with this person on the card. They're within a sword imprisonment, right? They're tied up, so to speak. And with the Hermit, it's almost like you need space right now. Okay, and like you need space to think. You need space to process. You need space to discover something, is what it feels like. Hermit on this journey of discovery. And there may have been some turbulence or some shocking events that happened here over the past year, let's say, with a relationship with the Lovers and the Tower. One of the two of you really wants long-term commitment, like stability in relationship, and the other one is unsure. Yeah. I know I'm hopping back and forth, but this is a reading where I have to do this. Justice would suggest that it's sort of the actions you've taken, the results that come based on the actions you take, right? It's karma. It's simply karma, right? It sort of says we all get the outcome we deserve, that type of energy. The Justice also is in connection to balance and law. I think more so about this Justice card, it's sort of like some of you are wanting to find balance. Some of you are wanting space. It's like maybe you merged too hard and now you're suffocated. Eight of Swords, Wow, amazing. You have the Ten of Cups again. I think some of you may walk away. You have the Ten of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Swords, Capricorn. Yeah, I think some of you may walk away from someone here. It's not easy for you to do this. But the fact that the Ten of Cups is with the Eight of Cups, like, to me would suggest that as that person lets go of the past, they're sort of in discovery of this Ten of Cups, which is complete and total happiness. There's an incompatibility here, or perhaps there might be one incompatibility, right? And there's compatibility in one area and incompatibility in another. And that other area is that you're incompatible in is pretty important. For the other camp, right? For the people here for finance, I love to see the Ten of Pentacles. This will come after some reflection, deep thought, soul searching. I think you're also like really looking to set up some future generations as well. The Ten of Pentacles represents generational wealth, especially as you have the Ten of Cups here. There's something about because some of you are weighing like risk and reward, and it's sort of been maybe some up and down, we'll say turmoil. But at the same time, you see kind of the goal, the light at the end of the tunnel here with that Ten of Pentacles. The long-term sort of like game plan is still at play here, but there's some soul searching that is going on here. Queen of Swords, I think some of you are going to, the word is not ruthless, but the word is like, some of you are going to, in a very direct way, tell another person exactly what you want. Yeah. On the bottom, you have the Ace of Swords. I see a new beginning for you. I see something new wanting to emerge and arrive for you. Let's see what else. Let's take a look at the Kipper cards here and see what might be showing up in the Kipper energies here for you. You have marriage. Let's see what the other cards are here. High honor, pathway, community, child, journey. Okay, can we get a clarification there? It's like, man, the relationship folks here, marriage, children, house, community. It's like you're experiencing the end game, in relationships, like the dream, so to speak. And there's something about that that may be undergoing a change. Maybe you're at a point in your life where you've already experienced all of those things. You got married, you bought a house together, you have children. You've carved out a nice community for yourself and your significant other. Like maybe this is something you've already experienced, but now you're wanting to have this journey. Okay, there's something here where you've kind of hit the end game in a relationship, and now it's like, okay, it's not bad, it's not easy. I mean, it's not bad, but this choice you have to make is not easy. You know, boy, what a message of what a conflicting kind of energy that I feel. You are conflicted in a big way. I think others of you here in the financial timeline, like you are really thinking about very, very long time term horizon here and the steps you need to get there, you need to take to get there. This is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.